It's good to have you there. This is the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN television. You are on to the news on the hour. I am Folusho Taiwo. You're welcome. Christians have been called upon to awaken to the need to help believers who are falling short of the glory of God and have been engulfed in sinful acts. The demand was made by the vicar of the Church of the Transfiguration, Gadua Estate, Abuja, the Reverend Canon Emmanuel Imeha, at the starting of their September revival program. ACNN News correspondent Charles Philip Wakolam has the report.
The vicar members of the Church of Transfiguration in Gadua in Abuja kick-started its September program with a revival service on Sunday the 1st of September at the church venue. The theme for the revival is Rescue the Perishing. According to Reverend Canon Imakai, the primate's injunction to clergy for the teaching of the undiluted Word of God among believers necessitated the program.
We are just doing the mind of the primate because the primate wants us to pastor the sheep under our care and ensure that at last they do not lose heaven. And this is the desire of his heart. And when we meet as clergy all the time, he re-emphasizes the fact that as pastors in churches, we must make sure that we teach the word of God, we preach the truth, and we ensure that the people are saved. So the bottom line is that we want to win souls for Christ.
He also said there is need to rescue those who have been captured by some of the prevailing sins in this climb. He dished out what to expect from the program for the rest of the week.
If people are already perishing, some are yoked in sin of addiction, sin of fornication, masturbation, name it. And this kind of sin, addiction, is not a sin that someone can just live without divine intervention. So we are looking at the environment where we live and the sins that are prevalent in that environment. And the only way we can get them out of that environment, out of that sin, is to snatch them out of the hands of the devil. Medically, we have to rescue those that are sick, who cannot actually afford basic medical services. So we are providing a clinic for them that will run throughout the week for that. And we have drugs and we have medical personnel from our medical team in the church who are going to attend to them. So spiritually, we have a deliverance team, we have a prayer team, and we have other ministers who are around who are going to be attending to issues that has spiritual connotations. If the issues are demonically inspired, there are deliverance sessions to handle that. If it's a medical issue, there's a medical unit to handle that. So we also want to prepare our children for resumption. We know that the children will soon resume school. We do not want to just send them to school like that. We want to cover them with the blood. We want to empower them. We want to ensure that Christ is with them so that no one will snatch them out of our hands when they go back to school, because we know what happens in school.
The message of the day was given through drama ministration from the youth group, while evangelist Obina Onibo led the revival prayers.
The Election Petition Tribunal has nullified the election of Bamidele Salam, who represents the federal constituency in the House of Representatives. Salam, a member of the People's Democratic Party PDP, was sacked due to overvoting at some polling units in 4 local government areas of the state. The tribunal sitting in Oshogbo ordered a rerun of the election in the units. After over 2 months of inaction following July 27 deadlock in negotiation between the federal government and organized labor over the consequential adjustment arising from the 30,000 naira new national minimum wage, NMW, the two parties will on Wednesday resume what is considered a make or mar meeting. Already feelers are worried that if a compromise is not reached at a meeting, the consequences may be very grave for the country, as civil servants and other public workers are said to have lost patience with the protracted negotiations and government's apparent rigid stand. Speaking to Vanguard newspapers, a member of Labour negotiating team and president of Nigerian Civil Service Union, NCSU, Amechi Lawrence, said he hopes that government will bring something reasonable and realistic to the table this time around for amicable resolution. Lawrence, who is also a vice president of Nigeria Labour Congress NLC, said that the July 27 meeting that was deadlocked, the government team was asked to get President Muhammadu Buhari's mandate, a reintervention for the issue to be put behind and for implementation to commence in earnest. The Lagos State Traffic Management Authority, LASTMA, has announced that some sections of the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway will be closed from September 2nd to October 31st, 2019 to facilitate the ongoing construction work on the road. The closure of the road was announced in a traffic advisory released by the agency, and according to the traffic advisory, the road will be closed from Kara Bridge inward Bega and from Bega inward Kara Bridge. LASTMA also announced alternative routes for users of the road to ply. Earlier in August, Julius Berger, the construction company handling the road, had announced plans to close the road, but the closure was postponed because it clashed with Eid-el-Kabir celebration, which required many Nigerians to travel. The area to be closed for the construction work covers 1.4 kilometers of the 127.6 kilometer long expressway. The construction of Lagos-Ibadan Expressway was flagged off in 2013 during the administration of former President Goodluck Jonathan. Julius Berger, Nigeria, is contracted to construct the Shagamu interchange to Lagos, while Reynolds Construction Company Limited, RCC, handles the Shagamu-Ibadan section of the road. The Islamic Movement of Nigeria, ACNN, better known as Shiites, say it will continue with its peaceful struggle for the freedom of Ibrahim el-Zakzaky, its leader, and other members. In a statement released by Ibrahim Musa, its spokesperson, the group says it has never and will never be a threat to Nigeria and its citizens, condemning an order to arrest its leader and demolish its structures across the country. It had earlier been reported that Mohammed Adamu, Inspector General of Police, issued the directive to all state police commands and zonal headquarters. Adamu's order was said to have been based on ACNN's prescription by the federal government and a protest on June 22nd that led to the death of Umar Usman, a police deputy commissioner in Abuja, and Precious Owolabi, a youth corps member with Channels Television. The group alleged that some members are already being harassed in Sokoto State by the security agents and that it has challenged the prescription order in court. Meanwhile, a group known as the Citizens Action for Change, CAC, has described the reported police order for the arrest of Islamic Movement of Nigeria IMN leaders across the country as a welcome development. Reports added that the Inspector General of Police IGP Mohammed Adamu had ordered the dismantling of any terror infrastructure traced to the group. Reacting to the development, CAC urged the relevant authorities to extend the same treatment to the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and its members not only in Nigeria but also abroad. In a statement signed by its president Ayokunle Bakare, the group also urged the Nigerian police force to ignore the propaganda from IMN and focus on the job of providing security for Nigerians. We shall now go on a short commercial break. We shall be back with more stories. Please stay with us.
The Anglican International Academy, AIA, is a Christian co-educational school located in the Zido district of Abuja. We have highly qualified teachers who we train and retrain for continuous professional development. Our teacher-student ratio and ultra-modern facilities meet international educational standards. AIA officially opens from September 2019, so avail your child the opportunity to acquire knowledge in an environment ideal for learning and spiritual growth. Admission into JSS1 is on. Forms are available at Episcopal House, 24 Douala Street, Wuse Zone 5, All Saints School, Wuse Zone 3, and Anglican Girls Grammar School, Apo, Abuja. For inquiries, call 080-3311-3935 or 080-3955-8787. Anglican International Academy. Excellence, faith, and integrity are watchword.
You are welcome back. And we want to thank you for staying tuned. For more on our top stories, please visit our website at acnntv.com or youtube.com/acnntv. To be up to date with our news and other programs, please download the ACNN app for Android from Google Play Store. And now to the international scene. More than 650 worshippers gathered at Christ Church Cathedral, Nelson, to celebrate the ordination of Kenyan-born Steve Maina Nwange as the 11th Bishop of Nelson. Archbishop Philip Richardson embraced the global family. Steve gathered into Nelson Cathedral and viewed it as a sign and a foretaste of what is to come. Worshippers came from Kenya, USA, Singapore, Papua New Guinea, Australia, and the United Kingdom to back the Kenya missionary and church builder that Nelson Anglicans have chosen to be their shepherd. Amongst the visitors was His Excellency Ishaya Kabira, Kenya High Commissioner for Australia and New Zealand, who flew in from Canberra to attend the service. Bishop Steve Maina, 48, comes to his new role with a strong history of church leadership in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and director of the New Zealand Church Missionary Society. Over the last 10 years, Bishop Steve carries that missionary strength with him as he takes on the mantle of a diocese that has become close to his heart since he arrived in Aotearoa. The young protesters who have thronged Hong Kong streets for 3 months warned the city leaders from beginning that threat seemed all the more real as black smoke poured into the sky from a huge bonfire set by protesters following violent clashes with police outside the city's legislature. Same petrol bombs and bricks were thrown during the standoff, and police replied by firing a water cannon and round after round of tear gas. Violence continued late into the night as police officers surrounded by protesters let off warning shots. Riot cops later seen charging into a subway station and attacking alleged protesters on a train, adding that It was protesters who targeted the subway, shutting down and vandalizing several stations after hours-long standoff which paralyzed transportation to and fro the city's airport. As the violence continues to escalate, Hong Kong's leaders have made clear they will not negotiate on any of the movement's key demands, despite calling for dialogue. Kenyan authorities said they have recovered the bodies of 6 of 7 members of a tour group who were killed in a flash flood at the Hell's Gate National Park. 6 tourists, 5 Kenyans and a foreigner, and their local guide were swept away in flash flood as they were visiting the park on Sunday. Part of a group of 13, 2 survivors from the group alerted park rangers who sent out a search party. The Kenya Wildlife Service that manages the park said that 6 bodies of the flash flood victims have been recovered, leaving 1 tourist missing. It said the search and rescue operation was continuing and the authorities have sought to contact their next of kin. The deep gorges of the Hell's Gate Park are often lashed by heavy rains. Hell's Gate, named by 19th century explorers, is around 100 kilometers, that is 60 miles northwest of the Kenyan capital Nairobi, and just south of Lake Naivasha. The park, established in 1984, is also home to 3 geothermal stations. And so it's on that note, that sports news, that we wrap it up on the news on the hour. We want to thank you, and thank you profusely for watching. I am Folusho Taiwo. Please mend it. Don't end it in a hurry. God bless you.